Baldessari and his protégé Alejandro Cesarco decided to collaborate on a new work during the mentoring year. Alejandro, who is Uruguayan but lives and works in New York, traveled several times to John's studio in Los Angeles, where they created a series of prints.
Art is about communicating. I can't imagine a closet artist like say Emily Dickinson writing poetry and hiding it. You know, it is about making contact. There's some kind of conversation going on there. I guess I've been attempting to make some sort of hybrid that's neither painting, neither photography, but somewhere in between. I get irritated at categories, that this is painting, this is photography, this is sculpture, and I'm more for blurring boundaries, I think. At a certain point in my life, I cremated all my paintings. That's a long story, too, and decided that, I think the reason I did it, that art was more than just painting.
I printed the little booklet out, but I think I messed up when I was folding it.
The whole idea of collaborating is trying to push oneself outside of one's comfort zones and trying to reach a point that you wouldn't otherwise.
I mean, what do you want to call it? A good way is if you both profess to be artists, then is to work on something together, and then you kind of talk that way.
Well, I like that soft edge.
If I send him a file, he'll do a
It's kind of like a game of ping pong where you're being true to your idea, but at the same time negotiating constantly with the other person and trying to reach a synthesis. The way that it worked was I presented John with these book pages with the text cancelled out, and he responded directly to the footnotes, creating these second order footnotes that then became something like titles for the pieces. I thought it had a lot to do with what's been John's work for the past number of years, of this idea of cancelling information, thinking about what constitutes a part, what constitutes the whole. And he assumed a somewhat cynical role, and they're all quite humorous, and it's almost as if he's laughing at the place that he's at, which is kind of interesting.
And the cover would be a different stock. I found them interesting because quite often I found people that come in from other fields, they can bring in a new vision of what art might be, and they don't have a whole list of bits of received wisdom about what art should be.
Start right there. The aluminium plaques already come white. Well, it's just been great meeting and getting to know him better, and I think just on that level it's been worth it. What the consequences will be in terms of career, it's kind of premature to say. I'm not sure. But it's been just great to have this time to just think and bounce ideas off somebody that's obviously more experienced, and that alone has been fantastic.